Would a world where you never feel pain be difficult to handle? Now we're about to find out. Part 1. What is pain and why is it important? Pain is one of the most fundamental experiences of life, guiding us and warning us when something is wrong. Pain is not a mere inconvenience. It is a sophisticated biological mechanism that keeps us safe. From the sharp sting of a cut to the burning sensation of touching something hot, pain serves as an immediate alert system for the body. Without it, minor injuries could go unnoticed, leading to infections, severe damage, or even life-threatening situations. Pain is transmitted through an intricate network of nerves that communicate directly with the brain. When tissue is damaged, chemical signals are released, activating nerve endings and sending messages to the spinal cord and brain. This rapid communication allows the body to react almost instantly, pulling away from danger, immobilizing injured areas, or initiating protective behaviors. The experience of pain is not only physical, it can have profound emotional and psychological dimensions. Chronic pain, for example, can lead to stress, anxiety, and depression, altering the way we perceive and respond to the world around us. Acute pain, on the other hand, is usually a short-term signal that prompts immediate action, such as withdrawing from a harmful stimulus or seeking medical help. Pain is also an essential teacher. It informs us about our limits, helping us avoid repeating behaviors that could cause injury. A sprained ankle, a burn, or even a headache teaches the body and the mind to adjust, heal, and adapt. The absence of pain would leave humans unaware of risks, making survival far more difficult. Every step we take, every object we touch, and every movement we make relies on a silent dialogue with the body, mediated by the sensation of pain. Interestingly, pain perception is not uniform. Genetics, past experiences, emotional state, and cultural background all influence how pain is felt and interpreted. Some people are more sensitive to pain, while others may have higher tolerance levels. This variability shows that pain is not just a simple reaction. It is a complex experience shaped by both biology and environment. Moreover, pain motivates healing behaviors. When we feel pain, we instinctively rest, avoid aggravating movements, or seek remedies. This adaptive function is vital, ensuring that injuries heal properly and that we recover efficiently. From an evolutionary perspective, pain has been critical to the survival of our species, warning our ancestors of threats and guiding them towards safer behaviors. In modern life, despite advanced medicine and technology, pain still plays a crucial role. It reminds us to respect our bodies, to slow down when necessary, and to pay attention to warning signs that might otherwise be ignored. Even small pains carry important information, helping us prevent bigger problems in the future. Understanding pain lays the foundation for appreciating the experiences of those rare individuals who are born unable to feel it. Their lives challenge our assumptions about the human body, highlighting just how crucial this often dreaded sensation really is. Pain is not simply suffering. It is life's safeguard, a signal system, and an essential teacher that guides, protects, and sustains us in every moment. Part 2. People who can't feel pain, a congenital trait. Imagine living in a world where pain does not exist. For most people, this idea is unthinkable because pain is a constant companion, a teacher, and a guide. Yet, there are rare individuals who are born unable to feel pain, a condition known as congenital insensitivity to pain, or CIP. This extraordinary trait is not a superpower in the way comics portray it, but it is a unique biological phenomenon that challenges everything we know about the human body. Congenital insensitivity to pain is a genetic disorder that affects the nervous system's ability to transmit pain signals to the brain. In a healthy person, specialized nerve endings called nociceptors detect harmful stimuli such as extreme heat, sharp objects, or chemical irritants. These signals travel to the spinal cord and then to the brain, creating the experience we recognize as pain. In people with CIP, this pathway is disrupted, preventing the brain from receiving or interpreting these crucial signals. The causes of CIP are linked to mutations in specific genes responsible for the development and function of sensory neurons. For example, mutations in the SCN9A gene, which produces a protein essential for transmitting pain signals, are a common factor. Other genetic variations can also affect nerve growth, receptor function, or the communication between neurons, all of which can contribute to the absence of pain perception. Although the condition is rare, it has been documented in numerous families around the world, often passed down through generations in a hereditary pattern. Life without pain presents a unique set of challenges. While one might think that being immune to pain is an advantage, the reality is far more complex. Pain is a protective mechanism, alerting individuals to injuries or potential dangers. Without it, simple cuts, burns, or broken bones can go unnoticed until severe damage occurs. Many individuals with CIP sustain multiple injuries during childhood, sometimes leading to permanent deformities or long-term health complications. Parents and caregivers of children with CIP must be extraordinarily vigilant. Daily life becomes a careful balance of observation and prevention, since the child cannot rely on natural pain signals to avoid harm. For instance, a child might continue playing with a sprained ankle or put their hand into hot water without realizing the danger. Over time, these risks demand heightened awareness and proactive measures to ensure safety. Despite these challenges, some aspects of life without pain can appear advantageous. People with CIP often do not experience chronic discomfort from minor injuries, allowing them to endure conditions that would be unbearable for others. They may also demonstrate remarkable resilience in certain situations, adapting behaviors to compensate for the lack of natural warnings. However, the absence of pain is always a double-edged sword, as hidden injuries and health issues can escalate without immediate notice. CIP also affects emotional and social development. Pain is closely tied to empathy, as experiencing discomfort allows individuals to understand and relate to the suffering of others. Those without pain may struggle to fully comprehend why certain experiences are distressing to others, which can influence social interactions and emotional intelligence. Researchers are studying how these factors manifest, aiming to better support individuals living with CIP. CIP also affects emotional and social development. Pain is closely tied to empathy, as experiencing discomfort allows individuals to understand and relate to the suffering of others. Those without pain may struggle to fully comprehend why certain experiences are distressing to others, which can influence social interactions and emotional intelligence. Researchers are studying how these factors manifest, aiming to better support individuals living with CIP. Medical science continues to explore this fascinating condition, seeking not only to understand its mechanisms, but also to find ways to prevent associated injuries. Advances in genetics, neurobiology, and pain research may offer insights that could benefit both those with CIP and the broader population. By studying individuals who cannot feel pain, scientists learn more about the intricate systems that govern sensation, protection, and human survival. In conclusion, being born without the ability to feel pain is a rare and extraordinary phenomenon. It is not a superpower in the conventional sense, but it represents a unique intersection of genetics, neurology, and human adaptation. While life without pain may seem enviable at first glance, it is filled with hidden risks, constant vigilance, and a daily negotiation between curiosity and safety. Understanding the lives of those with CIP challenges our assumptions about the human experience and highlights just how vital pain truly is for every living being. Part 3. How their bodies work and how they survive. Living without the ability to feel pain is not simply a matter of being immune to discomfort. It fundamentally changes the way the body interacts with the world. For people with congenital insensitivity to pain, the absence of pain signals forces their bodies to rely on other mechanisms for protection and survival. They must depend on sight, caution, and habit to avoid injury, since the instinctive reactions that pain normally triggers are missing. The human body is remarkably resilient, but pain is a critical component in maintaining this resilience. In a typical person, pain causes immediate withdrawal from harmful stimuli, limiting tissue damage and promoting healing. In contrast, individuals without pain may unknowingly expose themselves to repeated trauma. For example, a child with CIP may continue to run on a sprained ankle or touch sharp or hot objects without noticing any danger. Over time, this can result in permanent injuries, infections, or even deformities. Despite these challenges, many with CIP develop compensatory behaviors. They learn to visually inspect their bodies regularly, check injuries, and adapt their movements to prevent harm. Parents, caregivers, and educators play an essential role in teaching safety habits from a very young age. Special tools and techniques are often used to monitor physical health, such as temperature checks, protective clothing, and routine medical examinations. These strategies act as artificial warning systems, replacing the natural guidance that pain would normally provide. Interestingly, the nervous system of individuals with CIP is otherwise functional. They can feel pressure, touch, vibration, and temperature under normal conditions, even if they do not experience pain. This distinction is important because it allows some basic sensory perception, which can aid in survival. Yet the lack of pain perception still makes minor injuries far more dangerous than they would be for for someone who feels pain. Cuts, burns, fractures, and internal injuries may go unnoticed until they reach a critical stage. Medical intervention is often necessary to prevent complications. Orthopedic care, wound management, and regular health monitoring are essential for longevity and quality of life. Many individuals with CIP must be trained to recognize subtle physical changes such as swelling, bleeding, or restricted movement, which indicate an injury that would normally cause pain. Awareness and education become critical tools in ensuring that injuries are detected and treated promptly. In addition to physical adaptations, the psychological aspect of living without pain is significant. People with CIP often develop heightened attention to their surroundings and increased problem-solving skills. They become highly observant and cautious, compensating for the lack of instinctive feedback that pain provides. Families and caregivers often describe these individuals as exceptionally careful, as they must constantly consider potential risks that others avoid naturally. The survival of individuals with CIP is a continuous balancing act between curiosity and caution. Children, in particular, are naturally curious and tend to explore their environment vigorously, which increases the risk of unnoticed injuries. Education, supervision, and preventive measures are critical, yet as these individuals grow, they often develop sophisticated personal strategies to navigate the world safely. Interestingly, research shows that some people with CIP have faster healing times in certain cases, possibly due to adaptations in tissue repair mechanisms. However, this does not eliminate the dangers posed by the inability to sense trauma. Infections, unnoticed fractures, and internal injuries remain persistent threats throughout life. Ultimately, living without pain forces both the individual and their support network to approach life differently. Every movement, every action, and every interaction with the environment must be carefully considered. Despite the absence of a signal that most take for granted, these individuals demonstrate remarkable resilience and adaptability. Their lives reveal the hidden complexity of the human body and highlight just how essential pain is for survival, not only as a sensation, but as a protective and adaptive mechanism that shapes our very existence. Part 4: Advantages and Dangers. The Price of Being Pain-Free. Living without pain may seem like a dream at first glance. After all, who wouldn't want to escape the discomfort of injuries, headaches, or chronic aches? On the surface, people with congenital insensitivity to pain appear to have an advantage over the rest of humanity. They can endure situations that would be unbearable for others, allowing them to perform certain physical tasks without immediate distress. From a certain perspective, their lives may seem extraordinary. However, this apparent advantage comes with significant and often hidden dangers. Pain is a warning system, and without it, the body can be subjected to repeated damage without notice. Cuts, burns, broken bones, and internal injuries may go untreated until they become severe. Even minor injuries, if ignored repeatedly, can lead to long-term complications, deformities, or infections. In many cases, individuals with CIP sustain injuries multiple times before anyone realizes the extent of the damage. Children with CIP face particular risks because of their natural curiosity and lack of instinctive caution. A child who cannot feel pain may touch hot objects, climb to dangerous heights, or play roughly without understanding the consequences. Parents and caregivers must maintain constant vigilance, teaching preventive behaviors and monitoring injuries that the child cannot sense. Daily life becomes a careful balancing act of curiosity and safety, where even routine activities carry unexpected risks. Interestingly, some adults with CIP develop unique coping strategies that help mitigate these dangers. They learn to observe their bodies carefully, monitor subtle signs like swelling, bruising, or restricted movement, and rely on visual and tactile feedback instead of pain. Over time, they become highly self-aware and cautious, often more so than the average person, precisely because they must compensate for the missing warning system. Despite these challenges, being pain-free does have certain advantages. Individuals with CIP can endure physical activities, surgeries, or medical procedures that might be difficult for others. They may tolerate extreme temperatures or minor injuries without experiencing distress, which can make certain professions or situations more manageable. In some ways, their lives offer insights into resilience, adaptation, and the human body's capacity to function under extraordinary circumstances. Yet, the dangers are never far away. Without the natural feedback of pain, hidden injuries can escalate quickly. Infections can spread unnoticed, fractures may worsen, and internal trauma can become life-threatening. Medical intervention is often essential, and preventive care is a constant part of life. The absence of pain requires lifelong attention to detail and a proactive approach to health, ensuring that unnoticed injuries do not compromise survival. Pain is not only protective, but also instructive. It teaches humans to respect their bodies, to avoid repeating dangerous behaviors, and to develop empathy for the suffering of others. Individuals without pain must learn these lessons differently, often relying on external guidance, observation, and a disciplined approach to daily living. Their resilience is not a natural gift alone, but a product of constant vigilance and adaptation. Emotionally and socially, living without pain presents challenges as well. Pain fosters empathy, allowing humans to connect with others through shared experiences of discomfort or suffering. Those who cannot feel pain may find it harder to relate to the experiences of others or to anticipate risks in social and physical environments. This can influence relationships, decision-making, and emotional growth over time. In summary, life without pain is a double-edged sword. The advantages may appear impressive, offering endurance and tolerance beyond what most people experience. Yet the hidden dangers are constant, requiring lifelong awareness, careful monitoring, and adaptation. The lives of people with congenital insensitivity to pain reveal just how essential pain is, not as a mere discomfort, but as a vital protective and guiding force that shapes human behavior, survival, and understanding of the world. Part 5. Feeling pain or not feeling pain. Pain is often seen as a negative experience, something to be avoided whenever possible. Yet it is an essential part of life, guiding behavior, protecting the body, and shaping our understanding of the world. This raises a profound question. Would it be better to feel pain or to live without it entirely? The answer is not as simple as it seems. On one hand, being unable to feel pain might appear advantageous. Imagine never experiencing the discomfort of a broken bone, a burn, or a headache. Daily life could feel easier, and certain physical challenges could be endured without distress. People might believe that avoiding pain would make them stronger, more resilient, or even freer to explore the limits of their bodies without hesitation. However, pain is a protective mechanism. It alerts us to injury, illness, and danger. Without it, even minor problems can become severe. People who cannot feel pain, such as those with congenital insensitivity to pain, CIP, are constantly at risk of unnoticed injuries. Small cuts can become infected, fractures can worsen, and internal injuries may go undetected. The absence of pain does not eliminate danger. It simply removes the natural warning system that prevents it. Moreover, the experience of pain teaches empathy. Feeling discomfort allows humans to relate to the suffering of others, understand limitations, and respond with care. Living without pain may hinder this social and emotional development. Individuals who do not experience pain may struggle to understand why certain situations are harmful, creating challenges in interpersonal relationships and decision-making. On a psychological level, pain contributes to self-awareness and caution. When a person feels discomfort, they are forced to slow down, reflect, and make conscious choices. Avoiding pain entirely could lead to recklessness or a lack of mindfulness, as there would be no natural signals to encourage careful behavior. This demonstrates that pain is not merely an unpleasant sensation, but an integral teacher of survival and prudence. The debate also extends to medical and technological possibilities. In recent years, research has explored the ability to control pain through genetic, pharmacological, or neurological interventions. Scientists are discovering ways to selectively reduce pain for patients with chronic conditions, injuries, or surgeries. This raises ethical and practical questions. If humans could live entirely without pain, would it truly be better, or would it introduce new, unforeseen risks? Many experts argue that the benefits of feeling pain outweigh the desire to avoid it. Pain not only protects the body, but also encourages healing, learning, and emotional growth. It forces reflection, adaptation, and strategic thinking. Without it, individuals may survive physically, but they would be navigating a world blind to danger, vulnerability, and limitation. In conclusion, the question of whether it is better to feel pain or not cannot be answered simply. Pain is both a curse and a gift, a source of suffering and a vital guide for life. It shapes our bodies, minds, and social experiences. To live without pain might seem desirable at first glance, but it comes at the cost of protection, awareness, and understanding. Feeling pain connects us to reality, teaches us caution, and ultimately preserves life, making it an indispensable part of the human experience. Part 6: Science and the Future: Understanding and Controlling Pain. Pain has fascinated scientists for centuries. not only as a biological phenomenon, but also as a window into human survival, emotion, and consciousness. Understanding how pain works at a molecular and neurological level has become one of the most important challenges in modern medicine. Researchers aim not just to alleviate suffering, but to uncover the underlying mechanisms that allow the body to perceive, interpret, and respond to harmful stimuli. Advances in genetics have revealed key insights into why some people cannot feel pain. Mutations in genes such as SCN9A have been linked to congenital insensitivity to pain CIP, allowing scientists to identify the exact molecular pathways responsible for pain transmission. This knowledge opens the door to potential therapies that could selectively modulate pain, offering relief for those suffering from chronic conditions without compromising necessary protective mechanisms. Neurological research has also made significant strides. Modern imaging technologies, such as functional MRI, allow scientists to observe how the brain processes painful stimuli in real time. By mapping the neural circuits involved, researchers can identify which areas are responsible for the sensation of pain, emotional response, and learned avoidance behaviors. This understanding is critical for developing targeted treatments, such as neurostimulation or gene therapy, that could reduce suffering while maintaining essential warning signals. Pharmacological advances continue to transform pain management. Traditional painkillers, like opioids, provide relief but often come with serious side effects and risks, including addiction. New drugs aim to target specific receptors and pathways, offering more precise control over pain with fewer consequences. Researchers are exploring molecules that block pain signals at the source, interfere with the nervous system's response, or even enhance the body's natural pain modulation mechanisms. These innovations could revolutionize treatment for millions worldwide. The ethical implications of controlling or eliminating pain are profound. Pain is more than a sensation. It is a protective mechanism, a teacher, and a guide. Removing it entirely could lead to unforeseen dangers, as seen in individuals with CIP. Medical interventions must balance relief with safety, ensuring that patients are not left vulnerable to injury or unaware of harmful conditions. This debate challenges society to consider the true purpose of pain and the risks of bypassing a system that has evolved over millions of years. Looking to the future, personalized medicine holds great promise. By analyzing an individual's genetic makeup, lifestyle, and medical history, doctors could tailor pain management strategies that are highly specific and effective. Some patients might benefit from temporary suppression of pain during surgery, while others could receive treatments to reduce chronic discomfort without compromising their body's ability to respond to danger. Beyond medicine, the study of pain has implications for artificial intelligence, robotics, and human augmentation. Understanding how humans perceive and react to harm can inform the development of machines that interact safely with the environment or even enhance human capabilities. Pain, in this sense, is not just a personal experience, but a model for adaptation, learning, and survival across disciplines. In conclusion, science is unraveling the mysteries of pain at an unprecedented pace, from genetics to neurology pharmacology, and ethics, the study of pain is reshaping our understanding of life, health, and survival. While the future may hold ways to control or even reduce pain dramatically, it also reminds us of its vital role in protecting, guiding, and teaching us. Pain is not simply a problem to solve, it is a fundamental aspect of the human experience, one that connects biology, behavior, and consciousness in ways we are only beginning to fully comprehend. Pain shapes our lives, teaches us caution, and connects us to the world in ways we often take for granted. Understanding those who cannot feel it reminds us just how vital this sensation truly is.